Okay, so this scene is set 593 BC by the Chibar Canal. A 30-year-old priest whose life plan just got obliterated receives a call. And now, verse 4, the vision itself begins. And it's one of the most intense, mysterious, almost frightening passages in the Bible. We really need to tread carefully here, using good interpretation principles to sort out the literal from the symbolic.
We do. It's easy to get lost in speculation with imagery like this. The key is to look for patterns, how these symbols are used elsewhere in Scripture. God uses metaphors, but they're usually consistent metaphors. Let's read verse 4, Ezekiel 1.4. As I looked, behold, a storm wind was coming from the north, a great cloud with fire flashing forth continually, and a bright light around it, and in its midst, something like glowing metal in the midst of the fire.
Okay, let's break that down. What are the first things we see? A storm wind, a great cloud, fire flashing like lightning.
Right. And for Ezekiel and the other exiles living in Mesopotamia, that initial picture would have been somewhat familiar and terrifying. They have these massive dust storms in that region, sometimes called kamsins. They can appear suddenly on the horizon, this huge, dark wall of dust moving incredibly fast, like a freight train, very destructive.
And the fire, the lightning.
Those storms generate enormous amounts of static electricity within the dense clouds of sand and dust. So you get these spectacular, almost continuous lightning flashes within the storm cloud. God starts the vision with something recognizable, a powerful, frightening natural phenomenon to grab Ezekiel's absolute attention.
But then, almost immediately, the vision becomes unnatural. It signals this isn't just a weather event. Where does it diverge?
Two key places in this verse. First, a typical massive sandstorm brings darkness. It blots out the sun, creates this oppressive gloom. But the storm cloud has a bright light around it. That's not natural. It suggests divine presence, glory, not just chaos.
Okay, the light. What's the second thing?
A normal dust storm is just dust, sand, maybe debris. But Ezekiel sees in its midst something like glowing metal. Inside the fire, inside the storm, there's this distinct, unnatural object described as glowing, like refined metal. The natural storm becomes a container almost for something supernatural.
Right. So now we have to decode these symbols using Scripture to interpret Scripture.